Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here for Popternative. We do Isabella and Kayden about the villains of Valley View, coming to Disney Channel on June 3rd. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
A little bit of a tongue twister, eh? A lot of V's in that title.
Oh yeah, we went through a lot of title changes. So.
Yeah, no, it's just that's the first thing that came about. It's like do the intro.
I know.
I feel like I kind of screwed up, but I said it, so it's all good. This is cool. I mean, super villains, Isabella. I mean, that culture now, geek culture, combo culture, it's so big right now. What's it like to work on a show where the culture is so big right now, Isabella?
I mean, to be honest, it feels amazing. And I think one thing that's so interesting about the show is that these characters were created out of thin air. You know, it's not based on a comic book. And as much as I do love comics, I think that it's really interesting to work on a show about superheroes and supervillains that's not derived from a story that already exists. Because a lot of the time, you know, it's an adaptation. Whereas with this, we can kind of go anywhere we want. And I think that that's really cool. And it's definitely something different for me. You know, I'm used to working in London on more drama and single cam shows. And this is comedy, multicam stunts and action and supervillain. So it's just a dream. It feels unreal. And I love every minute of it.
Kayden, what's the first, you know, you get cast, you're going to be on this show, you know, supervillains. What's like the first thing that comes to mind diving into the worlds of supervillains, like when you're cast?
Awesomeness.
Yeah.
That's literally the one word that I could say. Like, this whole experience has been so cool, so awesome to be a part of. Like, all the stunts, all of the jokes, all of the action that we get to do, you know, it's been amazing. And that's all I can really say.
Is it one of those things that, Isabella, when, you know, it's coming out on the 3rd and everything, you've been working on this a while. I mean, even seeing the trailer, like it is a lot, you know, a family of supervillains and everything. Like, are you prepared for the audience to kind of have to soak so much in right away?
I don't even think I've soaked it in, so I won't blame them if they can't. I mean, I was in shock, especially when they showed me the trailer and I was having to do the voiceover for it. I could barely contain my excitement. I was so excited. They were like, no, you need to sound villainous and, you know, cool. I was like, I'm sorry. It's amazing. And I think that the show is so cool, and the way that it goes and the storyline that's coming, I don't think people are going to expect it at all. And I think that it's a lot cooler than anyone's anticipating. Even though it looks cool from the trailer, like, trust me, when you get into the actual storyline, it's crazy.
Kayden, I find it interesting to kind of add to what Isabella just said. I mean, it's like a tag team a little bit, where at the end of the day, like super villains and all that, absolutely the action, like you said. But at the end of the day, it's a family sitcom, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like two worlds colliding a little bit. Kayden, what's that like for you, those two worlds colliding a little bit?
You know, it's kind of funny because you wouldn't expect it, that it'd be able to work, but it really does. And, you know, I mean, there's nothing really expect. For some reason, it just works, and the way that we do it, it's so much fun. And yeah, I mean, there is villains and everything, but there's also these parts in the episode where there's a lot of heart-to-heart moments, you know, and situations that people can learn from, you know. And I think it really shows that, you know, not everybody's perfect. You know, we're all human. We make mistakes, and being a villain, that's, I feel like, exactly the definition of that, you know?
100%. I wanted to thank you both for your time. And June 3rd on Disney Channel, The Villains of Valley View is going to be premiering. I didn't mess that up this time, so that's great. Thank you both for your time. Seriously, it was great chatting with you.
Thank you so much. It's great to meet you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.